Smile 2's ending is a heartbreaker on a personal level but sets up an even more terrifying sequel. Parker Finn's sequel follows Sky Riley, a pop star on the verge of a major comeback. However, her entire life is derailed when a mysterious and malevolent entity invades her mind. Directly tying the expansion to Smile's ending allows the same vicious curse to infect an inherently larger-scale setting. Sky spends much of the film trying to find an escape from the chaos that is her perception of reality, even finding a potential way to kill the entity. However, that's not what the filmmakers had in mind. Instead, Smile 2 doubles down on the dark themes of the first film and expands upon them, showing the wider impact the curse can have on people. The dark fate of Smile 2 foot characters and the sheer scale of the sequel's ending sets up a bigger potential sequel that could take the series in any direction. Smile's big twist explained. How much was in Sky's head? Smile 2 was almost entirely in Sky's head. Sky Riley looking scared in Smile 2. The big twist at the climax of Smile 2 throws much of the film's plot into question, as it reveals that the Smile entity has been seemingly manipulating almost everything Sky has been experiencing throughout almost the entire narrative. Sky steadily sees through some of the visions caused by the entity over the film, even seeming to regain a sense of control. However, this all played into the entity's manipulations. It turns out that events like her mother's death and the entire presence of her best friend Gemma in the plot are mere manipulations by the entity. The lack of backlash to Sky's erratic actions and the presence of her mother at her concert suggest almost none of the film's events happened outside Sky's head. This gives the film a particularly dark edge, as it suggests the entity was able to distract Sky's mind while manipulating her physically into the ideal location to kill her. Entire characters like Morris could be creations of the entity. Only a few scenes in the film definitely took place in the real world, with the ending leaving the rest of the narrative chillingly ambiguous. Sky's death in Smile 2 and what it means for the Smile curse. The entity could infect the entire world. Someone forces Sky Riley to smile in Smile 2. Sky's death in Smile 2 closes out the film and gives the Smile entity a massive victory that could change the landscape of the entire world. After realizing the entity has brought her to her concert, Sky isn't able to find a way to escape the curse's grasp. Taking complete control of Sky, the entity uses the singer's MIC to kill her, driving it into her skull. It does this in front of thousands of horrified fans, likely traumatizing them all. This is a horrifying prospect, as it means the Smile curse may now be able to spread more effectively than as established in Smile and reiterated in Smile 2, the entity creates a chain between its victims. Although the chain can be shifted away from someone, as proven by Robert Talley in the first film, it carries on through trauma, infecting others and targeting them through their mind. The sheer number of people who were up front at the concert and saw Sky kill herself will likely allow the entity to spread through them and subsequently into more people. This could potentially become a global catastrophe, an epidemic of the mind. Would Sky's plan to kill the Smile curse have worked? The entity's weakness could be a fake out. Upon meeting Morris halfway through Smile 2, Sky, and the audience, learns that there might be a way to end the curse. However, it may not be as useful as it appears. As explained by Morris, the chain continues when the entity controls a person and kills them in front of someone else. This spreads the trauma that carries the entity. If someone infected with the entity was able to die by other means instead, this would presumably break the chain and potentially kill the entity. They plan to render Sky medically deceased before reviving her with adrenaline. While the plan is an interesting theory, the entity uses it as one last false hope for Sky. It even allows her to briefly think she's won before pulling the rug out from under her. Coupled with the fact that Morris may be entirely within Sky's mind, there's a chance the entire plan was just another one of the cruel hallucinations that the entity uses against her. While it could be the entity's weakness, it's unlikely it would willingly divulge this to Sky if it could actually work, and the film never genuinely tests the theory. What really happened in Sky's car crash explained. Sky's car crash is a big source of her trauma. Sky screaming with blood on the side of her face in Smile 2. One of the big reveals late in Smile 2 upends the audience's perception of Sky and her tragic self-loathing. Her formerly party-heavy lifestyle eventually led to a car crash that seriously injured her and killed her boyfriend Paul. The trauma of that event weighs on Sky, but the truth behind that crash isn't fully revealed at first. While tormenting Sky, the entity forces her to relive the final moments of Paul's life, when his mockery of Sky led her to lash out and grab the car's wheel. This caused the crash that killed him. The fact that Sky does have some sense of direct connection to Paul's death gives her dark view of herself a more grounded reason beyond a surface-level doubt. It underscores her attempts to stay sober, as they take on a far more personal reason beyond a simple desire to grow. It makes both those points potent targets for the entity to attack. It gives a deeper emotional core to her ultimately doomed attempts to escape and overcome the effects of the entity on her mind.